What's good, YouTube? It's Black House Booking here with another video, and today I am so excited to be getting into Money in the Bank. A lot of things really happened that I did not expect. This was one of the more shocking, unpredictable premium live events that I've seen in recent months, in maybe recent years. So many things happened. I'm like, what? I did not expect that. I didn't expect that. What is this gonna lead into? So let's get right into it, and I want to start off with one of the most shocking outcomes of the night for me, which is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Yo, LA Knight is so over, like it makes no sense, bro. LA Knight is on fire right now. So them not picking LA Knight to win the Money in the Bank, spoiler alert, was very shocking to me. But it did kind of tie into something that I talked about previously, which is we got to tap into the international markets. Now, this is the reason why Damian Priest won. I'm just saying that's going to be a good long-term side effect, especially if you let Damian Priest win the whatever championship he chooses, whoever he catches on. If you let Damian Priest win, it's going to be very good for the Latin American market. So shout out to Damian Priest, well deserved. Even not thinking about the business side of it, he was the only one in the Judgment Day. I'm like, man, you're not getting anything to do. The match with Bad Bunny was the most that Damian Priest has been given recently. Everybody else in Judgment Day challenging for championships, winning championships, having high profile matches. Dominic just wrestled against Cody. That's a high profile match for a guy who's not chasing a championship right now. But it worked out. I'm very happy. Damian Priest deserves it. He's very good. He's been good for a long time. United States Championship, he did his thing in NXT as well. So this is a well-deserved accolade for him. And I'm just hoping they don't do the obvious thing, which is to cash in on Seth Rollins. I would love for him to cash in on Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns is battered and beat down and things like that. And it's like, it makes the most sense. He's not going to have any backup. Eventually, Cole is going to turn on Roman, or he's just going to leave him high and dry. So Damian Priest taking advantage of a vulnerable Roman Reigns is fire, and then that opens up room for Dominic Mysterio or Finn Balor to actually challenge again for the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw, so you can have multiple belts in a dominant stable or dominant faction. Pretty cool. I might be going out of order, but I'm going based off of how I remember things. So for me, I believe the Women's Tag Team Championship match was next, and oh boy, I was very upset. I'm like, bro, we're not gonna have Rhea Ripley defend. We're not gonna have Asuka defend at Money in the Bank. But this was a good alternative because we have Shayna Baszler betraying Ronda Rousey, and oh man, I don't know how they're gonna do this because Shayna Baszler just did a heel action, but they're gonna try to make Ronda the face in the situation. I don't think so. Tap into that. Shayna Baszler is going to get the cheers because no one likes Ronda Rousey for a multitude of reasons, and Shayna Baszler should come out on top against Ronda Rousey as well. And we need to push Shayna Baszler back to being a badass like she was, having multiple feuds with Rhea Ripley. It was so much fun what Shayna Baszler used to be, and I think we could tap into that by doing what she just did. Betraying Ronda Rousey was a good swerve. I thought they were going to retain. Liv Morgan and Raquel winning the belts back was a big surprise because I thought they wanted Ronda and Shayna to have the belts in the beginning anyway, but because of injury they didn't let that happen. But they let Liv Morgan come back and get the belt, so she's a multiple-time tag team champion. Raquel's a multiple-time tag team champion, which is cool. So maybe we can bring some prestige to those titles. So I'm not gonna give up on them just yet. But now WWE, y'all must have seen my videos, because now you can build a mid-card feud between Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. So now you have people who can do something in the mid-card, and it doesn't have to be a championship involved. This is a nice feud for both of them to have. That's going to bring some eyes to something else besides the Women's Tag Team Championships and the main women's title. So that's pretty good. I think this is going to work out for good for them. This is going to work out like if they can actually build upon the story. And Ronda Rousey was complaining that you guys don't have any good stories for women. Well, here you go. So now it's up to you two to execute and make the story good. Let's get right into the Gunther versus Matt Riddle. Solid match. Pretty good. Nothing too wild, too kooky, too crazy, but I enjoyed it. Matt Riddle You know, I was just talking about the mid card stuff, so you know, Matt Riddle can still get there, but obviously the IC belt is not for him. We have the return of Drew McIntyre. He's not going to AEW. He's not going back to Impact. He's not going to New Japan. He's staying right in WWE, and he's going after the IC title. I think Drew McIntyre beating Gunther for the title and dethroning him is fine. I really thought Sheamus winning would have been a lot better because that, you know, makes him the Grand Slam champion, but it's fine. I think Drew McIntyre is actually going to beat Gunther eventually. That he might not win the first matchup, but down the line, he's going to beat him. He's going to take the IC belt, and then that's going to make Gunther go to the, you know, to going after the World Heavyweight Championship and having a match with Seth Rollins, I believe, which I'm looking forward to. Next, man, I'm telling you that women's ladder match was pretty damn good. Money in the Bank, instead of having 8 women, having 6 is a breath of fresh air and is what it's supposed to be. I think 8 people is too much. That's why even for the men's there was an 8. It was an odd number, which was 7, I believe. But having 8 is too much. So you got to see a lot of good spots. You got to see Zoe Stark take a crazy bump. Like, oh my, she took a crazy bump from Zelina Vega. Shout out to Zelina Vega. Hitting that, what was the move? It was crazy. It was like a sunset flip, but it really wasn't. It was crazy watching that, you know, just watching it transpire. I had a really good time with the match. I like the stuff with Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus aging like fine wine. Becky Lynch doing her thing. That was some great gear. The Phoenix from X-Men, great gear. I enjoyed the match. I loved it. The match was pretty damn good. Io Sky winning is something that people kept saying. I'm like, no, she's not. Why would Io Sky? But now it makes sense because if Io Sky wins, right? Io Sky wins. You break up Damage Control, or at least get Io Sky out of damage control, and you could put someone else in there, Indy Hartwell, because you're not executing on making the way, so you might as well put Indy in that spot. So you know, we can do something like Io turns face and we break up damage control, or we add a new member, we kick Io out, and then she goes after the main title, which I think she's gonna cash in on Asuka at SummerSlam. I think she's gonna cash in on Asuka. She's going to rain on the parade of Charlotte Flair. I think Bianca Belair is going to interfere in the match, and she's going to take Charlotte Flair and Asuka out if it doesn't become a triple threat match. And Io Sky is going to cash in, because the women's Money in the Bank, they don't let them hold on to those for too long. They make them cash in immediately. So it's probably going to happen at SummerSlam, and I would not be opposed to that. So shout out to Io Sky. I wanted Zelina Vega to win so bad, but I think before it's all said and done, she'll have a championship run at least once, I believe. Next, who's next? Was it listen, bro, how the hell did I almost forget Dominic versus Cody Rhodes? And I was just talking about that shit. But yo, the Dominic versus Cody Rhodes match, enjoyable. Dominic Mysterio has some cool spots. Obviously, Rhea Ripley was going to get involved, and you know, the typical things that we expected. But it was pretty cool, man. I'm glad to see that Dominic is still getting that heat. That's not crowd noise. That's legit heat, and you gotta love that. You basically had the biggest heel as far as like receiving heat. Obviously, Roman is the strongest and the biggest heel in the company, but you have Dominic going against Cody Rhodes, who should be the biggest babyface in the company. But WWE is having a strange time with babyfaces right now and making them look kind of ridiculous. But Cody Rhodes is still right there. He lost to Brock Lesnar, but he beat Brock Lesnar as well. So he can still be considered the biggest babyface in the company, in my opinion. So Cody Rhodes, Dominic Mysterio, not a bad match. I enjoyed it, me personally. And, you know, we can move on to the next match. Logan Paul and Ricochet did some crazy things in that ladder match too. Logan Paul, man, whether you like him or not, he got some good spots. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor, banger. What else can I say? What else do you expect from these guys? Damian Priest coming out acting like he was about to cash in was cool, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I genuinely think they're gonna give us a shock and a surprise that he's gonna cash in on Roman, or like let's say Roman and Jay Uso go at it and Jay Uso beats Roman. Then we're still going to have Damian Priest cash in just so Jay Uso doesn't get the belt, and we can still have a civil war with Roman and the Usos and Solo without the belts being involved, which is fine. Roman doesn't need the belts. This storyline is bigger than the belts, in my opinion. So, yeah, cool. Everything cool match. Excellent. Last but not least, the Civil War Bloodline was the best storyline in the WWE. Jay Uso, like I've said before, has propelled Roman to like bigger heights as far as his story goes. And the right result happened. Jay Uso pinned Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has finally been pinned. It's been since December, I think he said December 19, 2019, something like that. This man hasn't been pinned clean, hasn't been pinned at all since December 2019, and Jay Uso was the guy to do it. Well deserved. I'm happy. The storyline isn't over. I see Solo Sikoa betraying Roman Reigns because he won't let Solo Sikoa be unleashed and do what he wants to do. So I can see Roman Reigns getting betrayed. He's going to get battered and beaten up, and then when the smoke clears, he's going to get cashed in on. That's how the story is going to end, and then they can keep going. They don't need the belt. They can keep going. He wants his revenge. So let me know what you guys think, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. This was legit shocking, legit interesting. I had a great time watching Money in the Bank, man. I was so surprised. They were more surprised than I've ever watched in recent months. So tell me what you guys think, though. Peace.